Well, I just wanted to touch base, of course, a number of issues, roads plan, just an update with regards to the provincial roads plan as it pertains to Harbour Grace-Port de Grave. I just wanted to make the announcement to your listeners and to my constituents that a piece of pavement has been included now for Cranes Road in the community of Upper Island Cove. So that's been added onto the roads plan here in the district for me. So that's great news. I mentioned it to council, of course. It's something, and as you know, Patty, pavement and blacktop is golden. And, there's not a community across this province who wouldn't advocate for more. So I certainly wanted to give that update. Also wanted to give a little update on the progression and the development of the new Coley's Point Primary School here in Bay Roberts. Despite COVID-19, that work continues here with the contractor, and I'm told by the Department of Transportation and Works that everything is on track and things are looking good. We have that opening date. The goal is for the opening for January 2021. So if things continue as they are, hopefully, we'll be seeing that at that time. So I just wanted to provide that update on that to your listeners. And as you know, we've had Nurses Week last week. Send a big bouquet out to all of our nurses and our frontline staff. They're taking care of everyone during this time. And as you know, Patty, when a lot of us get to work from home and our circumstances have changed, it's these men and women who continue to go out there every day. And also, it's graduation time in our province. Last week, I know graduates here in the district were celebrating their the completion of their high school. So a hats off to all graduates from Ascension Collegiate as well as Carbonear Collegiate here in the region.
Yeah, it's one of, there's so many things that have been lost this year, whether it be end of season hockey tournaments for the All Newfoundland. Of course, the proms is a real drag for so many. It's one of those lifetime memories that just won't be the same this year. I see different communities planning different things like parades down one of the main streets and or some physically distant backyard pictures that have been taken, even though I think some of those might be a little bit risky given what I've seen. But people are accommodating and adjusting as required, and that certainly is part of politics. Pam, when people are talking about public health, and it's important, of course it's important, it's a global pandemic, it's also time to get back to the people's business. How do you foresee it working for you and your colleagues? Because there's limited sittings in the House of Assembly. There's a lot of unknowns regarding the fiscal reality. What should politicians be doing? And talking about issues, blacktop is one thing, an update on schools is great if people need to be informed. But it's time to get back to some semblance of business being held to account, understanding policy, when we're going to get a budget, those types of things. Your comments?
Absolutely. And as you know, we are obviously enduring this time of COVID-19, but the bills won't be on hold forever. Take, for example, our fishery. I have a big fishing district here in Harbour Grace-Port de Grave, many harvesters, many plant workers, and players in the offshore. And so it was a welcome support to see finally some support from the federal government, $470 million. And it's good to see these things continue. But you're right, and I know there's discussion around virtual parliament. That's something I think that could be a reality for us here in the House of Assembly in the near future. There's a number of committees, for example, the Public Accounts Committee, which I'm the vice chair of. That work has to continue. There's business has to continue. So there is certainly discussion among our caucus, and as well as among the all-party committees. And it's something that, like you say, it has to continue. But again, I wanted to talk to you as well about the harvesters here, because as you know, we're a fishing province in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm passionate about the fishery, and I believe it certainly is a mainstay for our future. It's a clean and beautiful and proud renewable resource, and I sincerely believe we have to do everything we can to protect it and to protect the players in that industry, the harvesters inshore, the offshore, the plant workers, the processors, the dockside monitors, you name it. So again, there's work to be done, and we're going to come up with very creative ways on how to continue business, such as our educators. You mentioned, of course, your wife, Lynn, a teacher, and she was doing her Zoom, had a kindergarten Zoom, classroom session yesterday. So it's going to be very interesting to see, but that said, I'm certainly working from home day and night, and I want to put it out there. My office, we are available for assistance. My constituency office is 786-1372. Certainly call, leave a message. We're not doing any in-person appointments until further notice that we're allowed to do so. But certainly give me a call. I will do everything I can to help within my capacity, and of course my constituency assistant is working from home as well.
Appreciate your time this morning, Pam. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe.
You take care, and everybody stay safe. And let's remember, like all of our callers said, and the message you've been reiterating, let's stay safe. Let's do what we can, to take care of ourselves and each other.
All the best.
Thanks, Patty.
You're welcome.